On to another big local story here, and that is the departure of over 300 South Koreans who were in this country in an unauthorized way, working for the Hyundai and LG battery factory out in East Georgia. Fox 5's Deidre Dukes is out at the airport. Deidre, they transported these folks in the overnight hours there to the airport, some 300 of them, and then boarded that 747, and then they're on their way back to South Korea. But there was a lot of negotiation leading up to this process.
That's right, and the group flew out of here just over 3 hours ago. As you said, more than 300 Korean nationals. They did depart from South Georgia by bus early this morning in the overnight hours and left here just before noon. We were initially told that they would leave at around noon, 12:20 this afternoon, but they actually departed about 20 minutes early, leaving here at about 11:40 this morning. We were here Wednesday morning when that plane landed here at Hartsfield-Jackson, that chartered plane. It was en route to Atlanta, actually, when we learned that the detainees who were being held in ICE custody following that raid on the Hyundai facility in South Georgia last week would not be flying out of here as originally scheduled. Now, we were not told why the change in plans. Then late yesterday afternoon, we learned that the departure had been rescheduled for today. This afternoon, we talked to an immigration attorney who is representing several detainees about the emotional toll this has taken on those who spent several days in ICE custody.
Not people that have ever been in a jail before. This is a jail. It's not the detention center sounds nice. No, it's a jail. And the first night was horrible. It was horrible. Over the course of the next 5 days, they became accustomed to the rhythm of the place. But most of them will probably decide never to come back to the United States. It is traumatic. I'm sure they'll need some counseling after this. And at the end of the day, nobody who's not a criminal should ever be in jail. It's an awful experience.
And Tom, of course, we are likely to hear more about the detainees' experiences there in that ICE facility in South Georgia in coming weeks once they have arrived home. Meantime, we are also hearing news out of Detroit. That is where there is a conference underway. The Hyundai CEO speaking to reporters there, saying that the ICE raid there at the Hyundai facility has set construction back there about 2 to 3 months. And we can expect in coming weeks to hear more about that as well, as far as the ongoing processes there to get that back online. But that is where we stand at this hour after much anticipation and speculation surrounding the departure, the negotiations to get those Korean nationals returned home. They are en route on a flight to Korea this afternoon.
Yeah, and Deidre, there was a backstory here about there was a delay of the departure of this flight because of the possible optics involved here. South Korean authorities didn't want these people traipsed out in handcuffs or any kind of unsightly manner as they were boarding that flight. So there were a lot of talks and negotiations on how all of this would happen.
Yeah, there was some last-minute discussion going on between the two governments in regards to that, Tom, because as you know, and it was widely reported, there was a lot of unrest, people very upset in Korea when they saw those images of the Korean nationals being shackled there at the facility in South Georgia during that ICE raid. Those images, of course, went around the world and just caused a lot of reaction there at home. And so there was a lot of discussion behind the scenes as to how the optics of this would be carried out. And of course, here on the ground, we actually did not see those detainees actually board the flight to Korea.
All right, Deidre Dukes there live at Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport, where these detainees boarded that flight back to South Korea. Deidre, thanks.